My name is Yishai. I co-founded CodeMonkey 3.5 years ago with Jonathan, who was mentioned here in the audience. And I do want to talk today about making it or being part of a transformation in the coding movement, which we are part of. The transformation from a grand promise to reality. So CodeMonkey, for those of you who are not familiar, we're a game-based learning platform for coding for elementary school and middle school ages. And I don't usually do this, but can I get a quick show of hands who has seen this figure or something similar? Not as many as I expected. Okay, so for those of you who haven't, what we see here is a very urgent business need for more coders. These numbers are the example from the United States, but there's a very similar situation in other countries. So a need for more coders, and if we extend that a little bit beyond that point to a wider circle, there's a need for more people who know programming languages in professions of engineering and research beyond computer science itself. And even wider than that, being code literate means understanding the world around you, regardless of profession, and the process of learning how to code supports a whole bunch of other soft and hard skills. So clearly, you know, we all want to say, okay, we should all learn to code. The great Steve Jobs said that a long time ago. We should all learn to code, we should start early on, but what makes us think that this is even possible? So exactly 10 years ago, last month, 10 years ago, an amazing product was launched at MIT, a product called Scratch. And what Scratch actually does, or did for the first time, is take the concepts, the way of thinking behind programming, the computational thinking it was called, and simulate that without computer programming, with a visual set of blocks that are very, very accessible for young kids. And that helped a great deal towards convincing the crowds that yes, learning and teaching to code at elementary school and perhaps even kindergarten is possible and doable. So from that point on, a lot of key people and strongest tech companies out there were very much involved in pushing hard these messages and these realizations. Up to the point that decision makers at the highest levels were already convinced, and organizations such as Code.org gave kids, millions of kids, the taste of what they call an hour of code, a little bit of something that simulates coding. And I think it's safe to say, if this is also something that I never do, but this is the famous hype cycle. So it's safe to say that a couple of years ago, coding has reached that high point over there, which is known as the peak of inflated expectations. And so we might be, and I claim that we are, on this downward slope towards disillusionment. So what do we see on the other side of that peak? We see a lot of challenges. And if I have to summarize the essence of those challenges, I think it is the fact that, you know, introducing a kid to a logic behind computational thinking through a little block puzzle, even doing that to millions of kids, is amazing, and that's one thing. But getting a whole generation of kids to reach advanced learning outcomes in a new subject, coding is a new subject, so doing that to a whole generation, that's a complete different story. And that is our mission at CodeMonkey. And I'd like to show you a little bit about our approach towards overcoming that challenge.
Today, coding is an essential skill we need to teach our children. Just like math, science, or English, getting kids to engage with coding is in everybody's interest. CodeMonkey, an award-winning online game, is the only platform that gets kids as young as 8 to write real code through a fun, engaging game.
זה משחק שממש מלמד ילדים בכיתה ב' וג' לכתוב קוד. זה דבר בלתי נתפס, אבל זה קורה, זה אמיתי.
CodeMonkey partnered with CET, Israel's largest publisher, to offer the CodeMonkey Coding Olympics, chosen by the Ministry of Education for a nationwide rollout.
1,700 schools participated daily for 3 months. CodeMonkey's special characteristics made it self-driven and easy for the schools to implement. The top performing schools sent teams to train in a boot camp and then to compete in the finals mega event.
The results of the CodeMonkey Coding Olympics were beyond any expectations.
Last week, we completed 253,000 kids in Israel played CodeMonkey and learned code.
Thousands of children fell in love with coding, and a whole new coding movement was formed across the nation.
אני למדתי הרבה מאוד דברים חדשים, כי זה מלמד לתכנת ממש את הבסיס של הבסיס.
CodeMonkey is now expanding globally, applying the unique know-how demonstrated in the Olympics into further countries.
By introducing coding to your students, you would be opening up a new and exciting world of opportunities for them today, and there will be no limits to where they can be tomorrow.
כל שלב אני הצלחתי ויצא לי שמחה בלב. הייתי רוצה גם ששנה הבאה יהיה CodeMonkey.
CodeMonkey, write code, catch bananas, save the world.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm just going to spend another 1 minute and 52 seconds to deepen a little bit on those points. So I want to mention two factors that I think are critical, and through our example to show how these factors are critical to the success in overcoming these challenges. So the first one is high engagement. From the learner's perspective, this is an online game, and it offers the same fun factor and addiction factor as any online game. The only difference is that the mechanics are not some physics or agility or strategy as in any other online game, but the mechanics of writing code. But that's transparent to the learner. From the other side of our user base are the educators. And for them, this is a full-fledged curriculum resource with automatic assessment, with personalized feedback, with dashboard and reporting tools, and most importantly, with no prior experience in coding required neither from the learner nor from the instructor. So they get the basic training that they need, very short and simple, and they have lesson plans detailed to the minute, offer them everything they need in order to roll this out successfully in their classrooms. And I think it is due to these unique advantages that we've been getting all this positive acclaim on the most prominent platforms and winning numerous important awards, which we're really proud of. But even more importantly, that we are getting considerable business success all over the world, building upon this Israeli story that I showed you here. So these are the partnerships and the nationwide rollouts that we have over the world that are already active and monetizing, and of course there are several more in the pipeline. And to sum it up, I think that with the unique product approach and go-to-market approach that we have today and our know-how on a national scale, CodeMonkey is positioned very well towards becoming and staying the leading K-12 coding provider in the medium and longer term. We invite all of you to join us in this amazing journey. Thank you very, very much. Did I really?